again, Packer fans. Welcome back to the Atrium at GreenBayPackerNation.com. Today is Thursday, September 24th, and Packers fans still reeling, probably still dragging their feet with I can't even hardly say it. We lost to the Bengals. We truly and really did. Every morning waking up this entire week, I've been hoping it was just a bad dream, but it's not. Packers now 1-1 going into the game this Sunday, playing away against the St. Louis Rams. So we will talk about some news from Green Bay, talk about the injury report. We're going to review the Bengals game, hopefully some lessons learned there, and we'll preview the game against the St. Louis Rams. So stick around. This is the Atrium at Green Bay Packer Nation. Well, big news out of the Packers organization this week. Aaron Rouse cut from the team. Aaron Rouse has been let go. He has already, I believe, been picked up, perhaps by the Rams. I'm not sure, but I believe he's already been picked up at 6'4" and 250 pounds as a safety. There are a lot of teams out there that are going to be willing to deal with his inconsistencies until he develops, and the Packers were not willing to do that. So the Packers have cut Aaron Rouse. We did sign, however, Matt Giordano, a 5-year veteran, a guy who played in, I think, 55 games, but he only started 6. Coming from the Indianapolis Colts, he is now a Green Bay Packer. We will see how that pans out with, of course, Atari Bigby hurt. Nick Collins got hurt this past week. Now we are looking at a Jarrett Bush and no Aaron Rouse situation with Derek Mason in the wings, and have now added Matt Giordano, hopefully to have enough players to put on the field to play safety at that position, a very, very important position on our team, one that we have struggled with for a couple of years now. It's kind of the other side from our offensive line has been a struggle and never been sure, and been a lot of injuries. Safety position has been the same. Some talent, some developmental players, a lot of injuries, and a lot of uncertainty in those two areas. But the Packers did sign Giordano, a guy that, presumably can come in, pick up the defense quickly, and will be enough of a sort of a stopgap measure to help us limp through until either Atari Bigby can come back, or hey, the hope would be maybe one of these guys is really a diamond in the rough and will develop into a starter for us. Packers decided they didn't need Rouse, decided they didn't need Anthony Smith, but hey, we signed Jarrett Bush back, so I'm real happy about that signing now. Boy, I tell you, our injury list is growing, people. It is not looking super good in a lot of ways. In particular, on our troubled areas. If we had taken an injury, say to a linebacker, we'd be able to fill in the slot. We'd still be hurting, but we'd be able to fill the slot a little easier than the places we do have injuries. Of course, Atari Bigby is out for this game at safety position. Now, we had to bring on Matt Giordano because we just plain don't have the players waiting in the wings. Chad Clifton on the offensive line, he is out. Coach McCarthy said he will not play this week, and he will not play next week either. That puts him out against that all-important game, NFC North rivals, the Minnesota Vikings, at the Metrodome. So I hope Chad Clifton is a Warrior. I hope that turns out somehow not to be the case, because we are really going to need him to play against Jared Allen. Nick Collins was limited on today's practice. He said that he got landed on. That's how somebody apparently fell on him. It's a chest injury of some kind, more of a soreness. Apparently kind of got his rib cage bashed a little bit. I believe he is going to be fine. He talks like he's going to play. We've got, of course, Brandon Jackson still out. We are really in need of a change of pace back right now. I think that would help us a great deal to get Brandon Jackson back. He did not participate today, and so we will have to see. Of course, our other big one that we are looking for, and I'm not going to go through the entire list, but B.J. Raji. He may play this week, folks. I think Coach McCarthy said he's excited as anybody else to get the guy to play, but he has to be ready. So he was a full participant in practice, and we will hope to see him play. I believe that they are trying to rest him as much as possible. I think they want him to play for the Vikings game, but I think that we will see him play this week, because he's going to need to get his legs under and to even have a shot at rotating into a full game and the real deal. He is going to need to get on the field to be effective against the Minnesota Vikings. So I believe we will see some of him this week in hopes that he can sort of get himself into shape and be ready to go against the Vikings. But I believe that if the coaching staff has any questions whatsoever, they'll hold him out to make sure that he is ready for that game. We saw, what could have been a mistake. I believe that Coach McCarthy held him out because they thought that they could win this game. And it could have been a mistake in terms of we could have used him, but it's never, I'm not going to sit here and say it was a mistake to hold him out. If he was limping at practice and he's still hurt, why even take the chance that guy breaks his, does something really bad, has a severe sprain that keeps him out for many weeks. They've always been that way. They've always kind of erred on the side of caution, and I think that's good. So hopefully, though, we'll see B.J. Raji this week. Well, we've just got to do it. We've got to talk about the Bengals game. Disappointed, as is everyone else out there. Pluses and minuses. It's the way I usually do it. I'm going to start with the pluses because it's so short. Okay, I've got plus column. I've got Charles Woodson. I mean, this guy, if we could clone him and put him in on virtually every position on our team, we would win every game. He is a professional. That doesn't mean he doesn't make mistakes here and there. But when he gets out on the field, he is there to play every single time. You look at a team that just looked dejected. They just did not look like they were into this game. There was no energy. Barring all the mistakes and all the just plain bad angles and bad play, we just did not look like a Packer team who really gave a care out there. And except Charles Woodson really did. And so shout out to Charles Woodson, a fantastic player, a great off-season acquisition by Ted Thompson. I say it out loud because I criticize that at times. Just an absolutely fantastic player. So glad that he's on our team. Fun to watch with a couple interceptions and that pick six. And I love how he just brought the ball across the goal line and set it down. And then it's time to shake hands. Guy comes with his lunch pail to work every day. Love Charles Woodson. Also, Donald Driver coming back after a game against the Bears where he had a couple of drops and really played a good game, was very much a factor. Unfortunately, the rest of our team sort of picked up, felt like they had to even the score or something from the game before. But Donald Driver, and this is what you expect out of him, coming back after having what might have been considered, for him, 2 drops in a game, it's highly irregular. And you expect the guy to just step it up, and he did exactly that. What a great guy, a classy guy. He speaks to those things. He doesn't hide it. He doesn't get angry about it. He said, "Hey, that was it. I'm not. When the ball comes to me, I am supposed to catch it, and that was not good enough against Chicago, and he made it better on the field." So great job, Donald Driver.